Before we could get any scattered rain and thunderstorms going yet again this afternoon, we all had to start mild with lows in the lower 70s, but barely edging over the 90-degree mark for many of you. And again, while some of you had to deal with some scattered rain and storms this afternoon, indigo sky outside of Seneca, Missouri, you kept things pretty quiet with any threatening cloud cover and any rain or storms pretty much staying around that part of the four-state region. In fact, everybody was quiet this morning. Then we had the scattering of afternoon rain and thunderstorms. And in terms of area-wide rain, didn't really amount to much, maybe 1/10 of an inch, but that's taking into account a good portion of the region which barely saw a drop of rain today. And contrasting that to some heavier downpours of rain that outside of Veneta, Miami, Chanute, Nevada, Lamar, Stockton Lake, and around Monette and Purdy, those pockets of rain ranged anywhere from about ½ an inch to almost 2 inches of rainfall. And thankfully, if you were not a fan of the storms that were out there this afternoon, once we got past sunset, you saw how we started out with thunderstorms this evening. They're pretty much gone now, and thankfully we're going to keep things pretty quiet as we go through the rest of the night. 7th and Range Line, skies certainly looking quiet. We'll say partly clouded to mostly clear skies up top. 75 in Joplin. Thankfully, it doesn't feel any hotter, and not to mention, it feels so pretty okay too when you can get the occasional east breeze at about 3 to 5 miles per hour. Most of us are in the mid-70s right now. A couple spots around Independence trying to hold on to an 80-degree reading or so, and thankfully there's not a lot of humidity, so maybe it feel just a degree or two warmer when you factor in the little bit of humidity that's still out there after we saw the scattered rain and thunderstorms this afternoon and this evening. In terms of the big picture, though, whatever is left of Ida will continue to cause some flooding rain and maybe some isolated tornadoes for parts of the deep south tonight into tomorrow. But I am keeping an eye on this developing cluster of severe thunderstorms across parts of South Dakota and Nebraska. Most of that action is going to ride along our stationary front, the same one that's been parked to the north and to help aid in our thunderstorm chances today, and also the upper levels helping to steer them from northwest to southeast. But look at that blue H. That is a sign of our upper level ridge ready to build back in, certainly as we hit the middle of the week. But let's focus on the short-term forecast here. I think the future track here is spot on. We stay quiet for the rest of the night with lows dropping back mainly into the upper 60s to near 70. Here's 10 a.m. That cluster of thunderstorms developing north and west wants to clip the Kansas City area and mainly stay out in central parts of Missouri right along the I-70 corridor. The wild card here is if any outflow from those thunderstorms could work in from north to south, I would not be surprised if this resulted in a random shower or storm. So I'm keeping just a slight chance for a thunderstorm or two in the afternoon. Otherwise, 69 in the morning, 86 by noon. Afternoon highs, rain or not, we're all back to 91 degrees for tomorrow. There is a slight chance as well. We could see some isolated thunderstorms late tomorrow night into tomorrow morning, but I think the rest of Wednesday is looking dry. But you can see how we go easily back into the lower 90s. That's because of this upper ridge, eager to build back in. Fortunately, that doesn't want to bring so much humidity back into play, but it will certainly keep us hot for the rest of the week and as we get into the upcoming Labor Day weekend. So 91 tomorrow, we'll go 91 on Wednesday as well, staying mainly lower 90s Thursday and Friday, but we'll have to push highs near 94 down, but at the very least, even with some slight rain chances for parts of the holiday weekend, it'll just be hot and not hot and humid.
You know, traditionally we look at Labor Day weekend as the unofficial end of summer. I wish it were the true end of summer. I'm sure there'll be some more hot temperatures ahead.
I think we can count on that.
Thanks, Nick. Coming up in sports.